general business. Item number 9, consideration of the award of fleet liability, liability and property and miscellaneous insurance.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, Commissioners, this is our annual liability insurance renewal. We've been with Travelers has been our primary insurance provider, and Mahold our insurance agent for several years now. Everything's pretty much standard as in previous years. I did list some of the endorsement changes that we had within this last policy year, some of the changes that will happen at the time of renewal. But the one item on the list I want to call out is the employee theft. This is an optional coverage that Travelers had recommended that Mahold bring our attention. And I guess it's becoming more commonplace in business. We currently have a $10,000 coverage, or $10,000 liability on employee theft. And what that refers to is any type of insider type of, I don't know how I would phrase it, but basically if our CFO was funneling funds illegally, this liability insurance would cover those costs. So they've, again, it's just a suggestion that we increase that $10,000 limit. They provided us with a couple of options. Based on the dollar amount that we carry in-house and the limited access that we have to individuals here that could possibly do anything on a theft aspect for Metrobus, I just don't see that this is a necessary addition to our insurance coverage. And so I'm going to ask that you folks approve this with the exception of the employee theft additional coverage.
Okay, before we do that, just let the record show that all members of the commission are here. And with that, there's a motion.
Second.
And that's a motion as reported and with the exception. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries.
I'm glad to hear that you don't think that we're going to get robbed, so.
Pretty safe.
Well, you get robbed, you're just not gonna get robbed, it won't be an inside job.
Basically what it covers. So.
We have audits for that.
That's correct.
So, and there's full liability. Item number 10, resolution 2017-01, Board of General Contract Bid for garage expansion.
Yeah, again, Mr. Commissioner, or Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, we went through an RFP process to do a garage addition onto our facility here for our Dollar Ride parking area. And I believe most of the commissioners here are in tune with what we're doing with that grid addition. Ryan, you're also familiar. We had a public bid opening a couple of weeks ago. We had 13 contractors respond to that public bid opening, with the low bid coming in at just over $1.6 million, and that was Gopher State Contractors. This project will include the, and there is one typo, on the resolution as well. It's an 8,600 square foot addition, not a 30,000 square foot addition. That was wishful thinking on our part.
Yeah.
But so it'll involve an $8,600 square foot addition to our bus parking garage on our Dollar Ride side, along with a complete roof replacement of the entire operations center, and then also relocation of our radio communications tower, which currently resides where the garage is going to be expanded. What we're asking for is that you approve the award of the bid to Gopher State Contractors, so we can enter into contract discussions with them.
What was the engineer's estimate? Did we have an estimate on it before?
We had the Dan Tyden of GLT Architects, and the estimate for the construction portion for what was bid was about $1.9 million. So that was the total of the budget for that.
All right, move to approve.
Second.
Approved, second. With the, I don't have a question on this, but just for maybe for a future discussion item or looking into potentially, since we're putting a new roof on this building, is there ever a look at maybe what we could do with, there's a lot of solar options. In pretty much at the city anyways, every building we look at when we put a new roof, we look, there are a number of performance contracts that we're using, and maybe even look to, within a number of other cities are probably doing too, where it's not gonna cost us anything, but maybe we have an opportunity to look at some energy savings in the building itself, in operation, and if you can do that through a performance contract where it doesn't cost us for the capital, got a new roof, might as well.
Oh, we did ask for some alternates, and maybe.
Well,
Dave-
that didn't have anything to do with the solar
Yeah.
panel piece of it. Your building actually is configured quite well for the addition of solar for photovoltaics because of its layout and the fact that it isn't shaded by anything. So that certainly is a possibility. It really wasn't part of the.
No, and I wouldn't want us to pay for it in any way, but I know maybe just check with our folks, because we've gone through that process. There are a number of companies that still can get tax credits that would come in and put in that system, and then you basically, they take they do it with the savings that you get, and then it's a contract that pays for the capital. The folks coming in and do that, and then of course if there are greater savings, then they anticipate they profit for it, but you don't lose anything. And if they're not, they pay for the capital piece of it. So it's a great opportunity. There's still tax credits, I know, at the state level, and I think at the federal level. But I would just hope you could maybe just explore, clearly with, I know our folks, we've done that just out at, in fact, all the cities participate in our water treatment, or wastewater facility, and we've done solar out there, and that's actually on a contract, a performance contract that is paying for most of the energy out there. But we're looking at anytime we do roof replacements, because it's not adding any cost to us, but why not do that now? Because that roof should last for a very long time. So putting some energy and maybe reducing our energy bills at the same time would be a nice way of taking advantage. I don't know how long those credits are going to last, so it's taking advantage of them now might be a good.
I don't think they're available too much longer.
No, I think we've had some deadlines last year on some things, but we're waiting for some roofs to be replaced. We're in fact at the MAC, we're going to put on our roof once we replace the roof.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
I need a discussion on the motion itself. Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Passes. Number item 11, consideration of changes to routes 32 and 33. Okay.
Yeah, Commissioners, there was a memo in your packet. These two particular minor changes were something we had talked about when we were working on our long-range plan, and had determined at that time just to not implement them, but to monitor, get input from our riders, and decided that this spring would be a good time to come back and revisit the implementation of these two particular changes. So as talked about in the memo, Route 32, it's a little change to sneak in along the backside of the Altran facility, the former CareCall facility on 14th Avenue, to have some of our riders not have to wait on County Road 29 at that bus stop, but to be able to use a little lesser traffic impact stop on 14th Avenue. Unfortunately, Route 21 and 22, the service that comes through Sauk Rapids that also travels the same road would still have to use the stops on County Road 29 because we have too much activity in Sauk Rapids to be able to make that change, at least at this time. But at least we can make the change on Route 32. It seemed to make some sense to us to do that. The change on Route 33 would be to add service back on a portion of Northway Drive in the westbound direction. We got some feedback after we made the change to Route 33 that sent that route into Sauk Rapids. We got some feedback from some riders that wanted service back on Northway Drive, so we figured out a way to do that. And with the opening of the new aquatic center coming up this year, we certainly think that probably makes some sense. We know that we're going to have some additional demand for service right on Northway Drive with that particular route, so we thought it'd be a good idea as long as we have a solution, to also implement that change at the same time here. Don't have an exact timeline for implementation for you, but a couple schools of thought would be to do it either at the end of March or April, or potentially wait until our new work bid for our drivers takes effect in May. Now with our more sophisticated website and the information that we have to post and publish for that to all work, it might make sense for us to wait and upload all of that at one time when our drivers bid their new work, and there's some potential maybe for some minor adjustments there. So it'll either be in April or first part of May to put these changes in effect, but we at least want at this point to bring it to your attention and get your okay to move forward with both of these.
Do we need to take action on those changes, or is there a motion to do that?
Do we need to, or we're thinking about it?
Yeah, no,
There's a difference about we're gonna do it, or we're thinking about it.
Yeah, no, we would like your authorization to
So
move
move it.
forward with it.
Oh.
Yep,
Yeah,
and then we'll put all the
so
wheels in
moved.
motion.
All right, it's been
Yep.
moved. Second?
Second.
Second. All those, discussion, first of all? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Passes.
Thank you.
Executive